Hi friends and family, Merry Christmas. So tonight I'm gonna read The Nutcracker. I've got my hot cocoa with marshmallows and I'm sitting here by the Christmas tree. Let's get started. So this Nutcracker is a little golden book and it's retold by Rita Balducci and illustrated by Barbara Lanza. Once there was a little girl named Clara whose family was having a wonderful party on Christmas Eve. There was a beautiful Christmas tree and lots of delicious food. Clara ran back and forth to the front door to welcome the guests. "Merry Christmas," she said as each one of them kissed on her cheek. Then they all went inside to dance and to eat and open their Christmas presents. The last to arrive was Clara's godfather, Herr Drosselmeyer. All the children loved him very much because he was such a wonderful storyteller. Clara thought he could even perform magic. Magic. "Merry Christmas, Clara," he said, handing her a heavy package. "Merry Christmas and thank you," Clara cried, lifting the large wooden nutcracker from the wrappings. "He looks like a very brave soldier," she said. "And so he is," Herr Drosselmeyer replied. Just when the musicians began to play a lively tune and all the grown-ups joined together to dance, Clara carried her nutcracker over to where her cousins and friends were all playing with their new dolls. She held him very carefully and hummed a soft Christmas carol. All of a sudden, Clara's little brother Fritz jumped up behind the sofa and grabbed the nutcracker away from his sister. Why would he do that? "No, Fritz, no!" Clara cried, chasing him. Soon all the children were running after Fritz, but the nutcracker was very heavy and Fritz was a very little boy. The nutcracker crashed to the floor and broke. "Oh no, her new thing is broken." Sadly, Clara picked up her injured nutcracker and showed him to Herr Drosselmeyer. "Why, Clara," he said, tying his handkerchief around the nutcracker's broken jaw, "many good soldiers get hurt in battle. This will be his bandage and you will be his nurse." And he wiped her tears away and handed the nutcracker back to her. Clara was a very good little nurse. She gently tucked the nutcracker into the doll's bed she had received as a Christmas present. She stayed by his side till all the guests had gone home. Then she kissed him goodnight and went to bed. But Clara couldn't stop thinking about her nutcracker, so back downstairs she crept and lifted him from the little bed. Then she curled up in the sofa and fell asleep with the nutcracker in her arms. While Clara was sleeping, Herr Drosselmeyer came into her room. He quietly took the kerchief off the nutcracker's jaw and gently waved it over Clara and the nutcracker. Suddenly, the nutcracker changed into a handsome prince, standing guard over Clara while she slept. Look at that. Later that night, Clara woke up. "Oh, my goodness," she cried. For tremendous mice were running all over the room. Then she saw her nutcracker, who was now a handsome prince. He was bravely fighting a mouse that was wearing a crown on its head. "Leave him alone," Clara shouted at the wicked mouse. She jumped up the sofa, pulled the mouse's long tail. The mouse became so frightened that it ran away, and all the other mice squeaking after it. Thank you for your help, said the prince, picking up the crown which had fallen from the mouse's head. I would like to invite you to the land of sweets so all my friends can thank you too. The prince placed the crown upon Clara's head, and her nightgown became a beautiful dress that sparkled and shimmered. Together they stepped outside. The falling snow whisked around them in pretty white dance, carrying them into the land of sweets. Everyone living in the land of sweets was named after delicious things to eat. When the prince and Clara arrived, he told his friends all about the battle with the huge mice and how Clara had saved him. Hooray for Clara! They all shouted. Then they all carried Clara and the prince over to two beautiful candy cane chairs. They're in the land of sweets, so of course they have candy cane chairs. The people of the land of sweets performed beautiful dances for Clara and the prince. The first to perform were candy canes wearing red stripes. Then a dainty sugar plum fairy danced with a soldier. The dewdrop fairy gracefully twirled before them, followed by many little angels with tiny wings. Even the flowers danced in the land of sweets, waving their pretty petals. Clara's favorite dancer was Mother Ginger. She wore a big white skirt, and underneath it were 6 little children. They raced out and took each other's hands, dancing together in a circle, laughing and skipping. When their turn was over, they scrambled back under their Mother Ginger's wide skirt. When all the dancers were finished, Clara and the prince stood up and clapped and clapped. I think it is time for us to go, the prince said, but we will come back to the land of sweets every Christmas Eve from now on. And then he called for a sleigh, which was drawn by 2 reindeer. After waving goodbye to their friends, Clara and the prince flew off together in the early morning sky, home to the very Merry Christmas. It's the Nutcracker. Sweet dreams. Good night. Thanks for watching Grandma Alicia's Storytime. Remember to subscribe, and if you feel like it, you can comment your favorite book below, or tell us what you thought about the book we just read. Thank you.